185 not that far away, and if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and the best is blessed, baby. Come see me.
Dana, what time is it? What time is it, Dana? Please tell these guys. Please, Dana. Hey, show these guys. What time is it, guys?
Close your eyes for a second. Imagine walking into a cage, hearing the roar of the crowd, and knowing that across from you stands a man who has never been beaten. Not once. Not even close. He isn't the loudest. He isn't the flashiest. But when that cage door closes, something terrifying happens. The calm, quiet man becomes a storm that can't be stopped. This is the story of a fighter who was forged in the mountains of Dagestan, molded by discipline so unbreakable it became part of his identity. A fighter who doesn't just defeat his opponents, he dismantles them, piece by piece, until nothing is left but exhaustion and surrender. Welcome to the Unbeatable Edge, where we explore the athletes who redefine dominance. Today we take you deep into the Octagon, into the mind, the training, and the lifestyle of Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov, the man who retired undefeated and left the world asking one question: could anyone has ever beaten him? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's uncover the secret recipe behind the fighter who made impossible to beat more than just a phrase, he made it reality. Section 1, the unstoppable style, wrestling that drowns you. Picture this: the fight starts, you take your stance, you're ready to throw punches, and suddenly he's on you. There's no space, no time to think. Khabib doesn't fight you at your distance. He takes away your strengths. His forward pressure is constant, not wild, not reckless, but measured, controlled, suffocating. Every step he takes is cutting off your escape route, forcing you closer to the cage. And once your back touches the fence, you're in Khabib's world. Here's where the magic happens: his chain wrestling. Most fighters shoot once for a takedown. If it fails, they reset. Khabib doesn't reset. If you stuff his first attempt, he instantly transitions to a second, then a third. He uses your defense against you. Every failed escape burns your energy while he stays calm. And then comes the ground control. Khabib doesn't just hold you down, he pins you in ways that feel like quicksand. His famous Dagestani handcuffs trap your arms, leaving you helpless. You can't strike, you can't get up. All you can do is absorb damage or give up your back. And that's when he strangles you with a choke so tight that tap or nap becomes your only choice. Fighters like Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje admitted after their fights that they had never felt pressure like this. It wasn't just physical, it was psychological. By the second round, they weren't thinking about winning. They were thinking about survival. That's why it's nearly impossible to beat Khabib, because you aren't fighting him. You're fighting your own panic. Section 2, the mental game, winning before the fight. To understand why Khabib is unbeatable, you have to look beyond the cage. Khabib's greatest weapon might be his mind. He is calm when others are anxious, focused when others are distracted. He never lets emotions control him. Watch any face-off. His opponents often talk, gesture, and try to play mental games. Khabib just stares, unblinking, almost indifferent. He's not trying to sell a fight. He's thinking about how he will dominate you. This mental control is rare in combat sports, where emotion often fuels performance. But Khabib's stoicism is a psychological trap. His opponents come in angry, reckless, trying to prove something, and that plays directly into his hands. Take the Conor McGregor fight. The buildup was the most personal feud in UFC history. Insults, trash talk, chaos. But when the fight started, Khabib stayed cold, clinical. He didn't just beat Conor, he made a statement, dominating him everywhere, then finishing him with a neck crank that forced a tap. This is what makes him dangerous. When a man cannot be rattled, cannot be baited, cannot be made emotional, how do you break him? The answer is simple: you can't. Ooh. Section 3, training in the mountains. The Dagestani blueprint. Khabib's training is not like the typical training camps you see in Vegas or LA. His training is a way of life. Raised in Dagestan, a region known for producing world-class wrestlers, Khabib was training almost as soon as he could walk. His father, Abdulmanap, was a master coach who believed that hardship was the ultimate teacher. In the mornings, young Khabib would run up steep mountain paths, building endurance and lung capacity. The air was thin, the terrain unforgiving, perfect for creating a fighter who would never get tired. His wrestling sessions were brutal. Hour after hour of drilling takedowns, grappling with heavier opponents, learning to use leverage instead of brute strength. This is where Khabib learned his legendary balance and the ability to stay on top no matter how hard the opponent tried to escape. Even as a UFC champion, Khabib's camps were notoriously hard. His days looked like this: 5 a.m., wake up and pray, followed by a run or swim to start the day. Morning session, intense wrestling and sambo training drilling until every movement was automatic. Midday, striking sessions, refining his jab, kicks, and defensive movement. Afternoon strength work, kettlebells, rope climbs, tire flips, explosive lifts, all focused on building fight-specific strength. Evening session, sparring and technical drilling, reviewing fight tape, visualizing game plans. This was repeated almost daily. His training partners said Khabib's intensity never dropped. If anything, he trained harder as fight day approached. This is why fighters gassed against him. He trained to make sure he could go harder in round 5 than in round 1. And when your opponent doesn't get tired, you break. Section 4, the diet and weight cut. The discipline nobody sees. You can't talk about Khabib without talking about his discipline outside the gym. Khabib fought at lightweight 155 pounds, but in between fights he walked around much heavier, which meant brutal weight cuts. His diet during camp was strict, almost military-like. Proteins, lean chicken, fish, eggs to rebuild muscle after hours of training, carbs, rice, oats, buckwheat, slow-burning fuel for endless cardio sessions, vegetables and fruits to keep his body in balance and speed up recovery. No junk, no alcohol, no excuses. Khabib lived like a monk during fight camp. Weight-cutting days were grueling hot baths, sauna sessions, running in sweats. But Khabib always made the weight and came in stronger than ever on fight night. This level of discipline separated him from everyone else. While others complained about dieting or cut corners, Khabib saw it as part of the fight. To him, the battle started long before stepping into the cage. Section 5, genetics and physical advantages. Let's not ignore the physical gifts. Khabib's body is built for what he does. Low center of gravity makes it nearly impossible to knock him off balance. Massive grip strength. Years of grappling turned his hands into vice grips. Explosive hips allow him to shoot takedowns with unstoppable force. Iron cardio, training at high altitudes gave him a gas tank few can match, and perhaps most important is his durability. Khabib has been hit, slammed, elbowed, but was never knocked down in his entire career. That chin, that resilience, combined with his pressure, is why nobody ever found the answer to beating him. Section 6, fight IQ and adaptability, solving every opponent. This might be Khabib's most underrated weapon, his mind for fighting. Khabib doesn't just impose his style, he adapts on the fly. If you're a striker, he pressures and smothers you until you can't strike. If you're a grappler, he uses superior positioning to out-wrestle you. Against Conor McGregor, he struck more than usual to surprise him early. Against Justin Gaethje, he shot early to avoid trading leg kicks. Against Dustin Poirier, he defended a tight guillotine calmly, waited it out, and turned it into a dominant finish. This ability to adjust mid-fight is what separates great fighters from the truly unbeatable ones. You can't prepare for Khabib with just one game plan, because he will break that plan, force you into his fight, and make you play by his rules. Khabib Nurmagomedov wasn't just a fighter, he was a force of nature. He showed the world that you can be humble, respectful, and still be the most dominant man in the room. He proved that perfect discipline and relentless preparation can make you unbeatable. He left us with questions we'll never get answers to. What if he fought longer? What if someone eventually found a way? But maybe that's what makes him legendary. The mystery, the untouchable record, the fighter who never let us see him fall. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of Khabib, hit that like button, subscribe to The Unbeatable Edge, and tell us in the comments which legendary athlete we should explore next. Until next time, keep seeking greatness and keep finding the unbeatable edge.